What's up, y'all? It's the Macism. And, yeah, GMO news. A lot of WWE YouTubers got to play the game for 2 hours, exhibition mode, spend some time in GM mode. And, the mode is what I thought it was. Pretty much, a lot of fluff. Only 3 matches you can book. It's a 5. It's a what do you call it? 5 event card, but you can only do 3 matches and promos. It's basically a GM simulator where, for some reason, I don't know why, it's like, what doesn't make sense is the fact if you're working for WWE, it's like the expenses are already paid for. The only thing you gotta do is pretty much, book matches. That's the thing, and run a good show against, the rival shows on WWE. And based on what I've seen, you're only competing with one other show. From what I've seen, this could change in the final release. So if you pick SmackDown, you're competing against Raw, and I'm sure if you pick NXT, you're competing against NXT UK. And I'm like, it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's like, I understand they're reintroducing the mode, they're adding their own spin on it. There's quite a bit of micromanagement, but I'm sure it's very easy to whatever do, and I'm sure it's not taking up much space of the game. They really have no excuse with all the space they got on the Blu-ray not to let us book 5 matches on a regular card, probably book 6 or 7 for a pay-per-view, and probably like 8 or 9 for WrestleMania. There is no excuse for that. Another thing that the mode is pretty much a nerf, that makes it a nerf, is the fact you only can have 2 titles on the show, which is the the Universal Championship, and you have one women's and a women's championship. You don't have no tag team or the mid card title, so no Intercontinental, no USA, and no tag team titles for the men or the women. So it's a bare bone mode. And I was reading the comments on one video, and it finally occurred to me, when one person stated, is like, yeah, they're just setting the table for stuff they're going to add into the mode and for next year's game. And it's a typical corporate strategy, video game strategy. This is why I miss the old days of video games where you got a complete package out the box. When they did a mode, they try to put in at the time what they felt, was good in the mode. And then they build on it over time. They fix it and adjust this over time. So at this game, it just gives you a taste. The GM mode in 2K22 gives you a taste of what the mode will be in about 2 to 3 more games, and at least 1 to 2 more games after 2K22. So 2K22 is, like I said, a glorified reboot of the series. It is what it is. Sadly, it is what it is. And you're paying $65 for a reboot of the game. The gameplay is going to be different. The graphics look pretty solid, but it's still functioning on a version of the Ukes engine. Only they changed up the gameplay. They add their own spin on the graphics and the visual look of the game, made it more cinematic. Saw a new gameplay video launched today between, I think it was, the YouTubers. They can play. They only had access to maybe 4 wrestlers, which was Brock Lesnar, R-Truth, and Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. And watch those matches play out. I think the AI is a little bit more competitive in this game. I also like what one YouTuber said about the combo system, and I figured this is going to make or break the game for many people. They try to go with a fighting game route and try to have every single wrestler kind of play differently, where they give them button combinations to pull off certain moves and certain, I guess certain moves or combos. And I know they even said that you can even break these combos. And in my mind, it's like that means you're gonna have to. They're making all the 100 kind of characters unique, but I think you're gonna have some copies of the combos asserters like button presses or whatever and shit like that. But in my mind, in my opinion, wrestling games are not fighting games. The combo system is not necessary. Like I said, they try to take some of the shit they had from Battlegrounds, that Battlegrounds game, that hella shallow arcadey piece of shit game, and they try to ingrain some of the ideas into the W2K game. And I'm sorry, it's like the combo system, I have to play it before I have a final opinion of it, but based on what this one YouTuber said, he said, yeah, these fuckers got a list of 10 combos, 10 to 12 combos for each character. And I don't think people are going to spend a lot of time trying to memorize button combinations for over 100 wrestlers. I'm sure people probably memorize maybe 3 or 4 of their favorite wrestlers, but not for 100, definitely not for 10. And so yeah, it's like I've been playing 2K19 religiously for the past 3 years, so I know it's going to take me a while to get 2K22. I might not even like the gameplay, and if the call is half-assed, I know I'm not going to like the game. I'm going to have an immediate bias. I've been making some new calls myself. Somebody introduced a body type that is kind of petite, but you can put the maximum size boobs on them. Which I thought was interesting. So now it's like, whoa, those are some very noticeable boobs. Like I used the body type on a couple of female calls I made. And my favorite one so far is one I call Wild Side. I gave her more muscle, so the boobs don't look too outrageous. She still has the petite body type, but I gave her certain body parts that kind of buffed her out, where she didn't look like have the body of a child. But I like her because she has a pretty nice physique on her. Because I noticed with the petite type, the shoulders are smaller. It makes the character's head look bigger. The torso is smaller, so you put the huge boobs on it, yeah, they're going to be very noticeable from a visual standpoint. But yeah, let's run some exhibitions while I still discuss my feelings on the bullshit with these announcements. Is there anything I do like in the GM mode? I like the social media aspect of it. After you book a match, once your matches, you'll get feedback from social media. The other wrestlers who participated will chime in. Like, they had one where they had Carmella wrestle Bianca Belair. She was like, oh, that was like the easiest match ever. Bianca Belair tweet, oh, wasn't my day-to-day. Things like that. So I think that's a nice little touch. Adds, some personality and some, makes the game, more lifelike, like it's a living and breathing thing, and the wrestlers interact with each other and all that. But the money it's going to use to run good shows is, you can't just draft. Another thing I noticed with the thing is, like, it's pretty restrictive on how they're making the GM mode function. They're kind of choosing they're kind of forcing you to play the game, to play the mode a certain way. You can't just go in and draft, you know, all the big stars you want or your favorite stars in this mode. It's like, no, every wrestler is different. They got specialties, specialist, bruiser, fighter, giant, you know, things like that. And so the game kind of force you to that was a nice little move, to force you to book different type of wrestlers against each other to put on better matches. So it's like you may have a specialist wrestle against, you know, a cruiserweight, or a cruiserweight wrestle against the giants to get, you know, those kind of matches, and the game is kind of forcing you to do that. And I think that kind of limits, you know, the game. It's like, I'd rather you do that on your own. I'd rather you figure it out. I'd rather it would let you figure it out. But they do a lot of hand-holding in this mode. Like Triple H will tell you about what you need to do, you know, how you should run, you know, the mode. You know, should you rest this wrestler? You know, should you not book this wrestler for the day? So the game has a lot of hand-holding. And it's like, it's great if you're marketing this game to like kids between the ages of like 10 and 15, you know, but for a lot of the adult gamers, for, you know, the marks out there, the diehard wrestling fans, which are really between the ages of like 18 and like probably 35, yeah, that is too much hand holding. It's like, I do not see no wrestling YouTubers like under the age of like 20 doing, you know, WWE game content. I don't. So it's like, yeah, too much hand holding to me. They're kind of restricting your creativity. So that's another thing I don't like about the GM mode. You know, all the hand holding involved. If you could turn that off, if they give you an option to turn that off, that would be awesome. AJ Lee is just countering the fuck. Oh yeah, I forgot. I still got this game set on Legendary. That's why. That's why they're countering the hell out of each other right now. That's why you see a lot of counters, a lot of fast action. Also, I want to bring up is like, do we still have stamina in the game? That's another thing I want to know. Is stamina for the wrestlers still in the game? It's like maybe they tied it into your damage, how badly you get beaten, but there's no stamina bar either. It's like you got a meter for health. Actually, now that I think about it, when I was watching the gameplay videos, I noticed it's like you would get hurt, you know, your green bar would go down and you would go into like the red, and then the red will disappear. But when you're not getting hit, your life bar, like your green, would come back. So I think they probably ingrained the stamina into the health bar. You know, because you can get staggered, you can get dazed. I saw that popped up in the match between, I think Finn Balor and Roman Reigns, where after Finn Balor did like a heavy move, you know, Roman Reigns stood up and he looked kind of dizzy. He was dazed. So I was like, okay. Like I said, I'm going to have to deep dive into the gameplay, but I'm hoping the creation suite is good and not too badly nerfed, because that's really going to play a part in how I enjoy the game. But then again, the creation suite really didn't get good in 2K19 until years later. I'm happy that they kept the servers up this long. The servers are still up, so you can still download calls even though the game is less than a month from being released. You can still upload stuff and download stuff. So I think that is very, very awesome on that part. And right now, this is a very good competitive match. Shoot, both wrestlers right now are just going at each other. Wildside is becoming one of my favorite wrestlers. I gave her a very kind of zany, showman kind of moveset. Ooh, damn. That had to hurt. I don't know if that's going to take her out. Oh, it did take her out. You don't forget what type of finishers I gave this girl. But I kind of made her a showman. She has moments where she's kind of goofy in the ring. Call her wild side, you know. She just wrestles for the thrill of it. Just the thrill of wrestle. She plays up to the crowd. She has a weird kind of moveset.
Remember this?
But yeah, I love this body type. I don't know how to recreate it. It's between, if you go to the body slider, pick body type 2 and body type 7. But I don't know what the person did to where you can get the boob option. That's only available between 1 and 10. When you pick those body types, you can pick the, you get access to all the boob options, including the big bust size. And that's what they put on her. So yeah, her boobs are huge. Yeah, that's a texture to give like a more of a cleavage. If I put the shoulders back into how it was originally, they would look a lot bigger than that, than what they are right there. Yeah, it gave her kind of goofy little victory. Another thing I'm worried about is they're going to have all the entrances and stuff from the previous games. You know, the entrances and the victories, if that's still intact. I hope they do a ringside report as far as the call. I know they're going to probably do my faction. They're probably going to do my rise, but they can only do so much, so they don't want to spoil it. What other mode is in there? Probably do a little thing on universe mode if they added and improved anything. But so far the game looks like a 7 out of 10 for me. That's what the game looks like to me. Out the box, 2K22 is pretty much a 7 out of 10. Granted, I think that score will change over time. It's going to come down to how well the community creation does with the game, how often they can whip out stuff. I know there's going to be a lot of textures. I mean, not textures, but photos of wrestlers for custom wrestlers. You're going to see a lot of that. A lot of that. Renders. And the only thing that sucks is like, I don't know, they haven't showed call, like what the pictures of the call. Okay, no, we had an idea. No, we don't know what the pictures of the calls are going to look like. And it's like, it's just going to make calls even more seem like calls, because it's like you have to spend extra work trying to find a render or something. You're going to see a lot more realistic people. Not a lot of, creativity in terms of making original calls anymore. You're going to see a lot of pre-established wrestlers so they can, have the picture. I already see it now because in this game, people make created wrestlers of porn stars. So yeah, we're going to see some porn stars because you can get pictures of actual people, yeah, and put them on your custom whatever. So yeah, and I know 2K is going to have their hands full censoring all that shit. Censoring those custom renders. Alright, here's my baby face call. Same body type, but I didn't give her larger shoulders. Actually, I need to change her victory animation. Let me change that right quick. I think she has the same victory animation as Wildside, because basically I made a duplicate of Wildside and I edited it and I made a whole different character with it. I had to delete some I'm in the video. Oops. Victory, that's what I want. Yeah, I'm constantly changing. I don't know. I have more fun creating original calls. It takes up most of my time. Like I was up to almost like 5 a.m. yesterday, just working on tightening up move sets, entrances, and getting these characters to be as unique as possible. Yeah, see how huge those boobs are? It's because the body type. it's it's a petite body type. Like 2 is probably the slimmest body type in the game, and mixed it with 7, which is pretty small as well. And then you add the the individual body parts. And for some reason, whoever made this one created call, I think it was called Tanya or something. And it was like, I noticed the call had humongous boobs. So I just made duplicates of it and used that body types. I don't know how this dude do it. I don't know if it's a mod. It could be a body mod. I should shoot that guy up a message and ask him how he made this body type. But yeah, we gotta find a victory for her. Babyface here. I'm gonna make her on Wild Side a tag team. Even though I got so many tag teams as is, but I'm already going through evolving Sexy Libre as we speak. I think Sexy Libre is probably, I'm still gonna stream 2K19 even after 2K22 comes out, because like I said, these textures, renders, body types, and all that, the good shit for character creation, it took years to get this good, because they kept it alive, they kept it going. And who is this blowing? Why is he blowing up my phone? Hold on for a second, people. Who is this blowing up my phone? My cousin is just I love telling stories. A lot of stories. He's just linking in this thing right now. Okay. So let's find her a good victory. Big E's not working for me right now. Big E's weird. Billy Kay. Do I have this one on anybody? No, it's very prissy though. It's a very prissy one, but gotta love the little skulls on the boobs. Big knockers. That's what you call busty. Busty where it's noticeable, but not busty to where it's obscene. Especially on that body type. She got the body type of like a, what do you call them? A woman who's very petite, and just have who's very busty, who has big boobs. Oh yeah, I forgot Bobby Lashley was in this game as DLC. It was funny. He came into the WWE what, 3 years ago, and I don't think they put the belt on him until last year or near the end of 2020. I think he won, I think, Intercontinental or a US title. Oh, this is Bobby Roode. Nope. Booker T. Check out the boxer. That's pretty good. Not bad. Definitely different. We got Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Hitman Hart. Well, Brie Bella's the hip shaking one. I hope they put all these in the game, but I doubt it. I admit 2K20 had some interesting ones, and they even had some made up ones. I don't even know if they had the mixed tag team match type in the game. I hope they do. Save me from buying 2K20 again. I'll probably never get 2K20 again until it's like $10. But wrestling video games, they go up or down. They do. Because I know 2007, 2008 go between like $15 to $25 on eBay. Shoot, I remember Hill Comes the Pain went as high as $70, $72 during the height of COVID. And now it's down to about 40, between 40 and $50 for a complete copy. Well, I think this is in okay, that's her heel one. Yes, I don't know if this is a hack because like I said, it's a petite body fight and there's like, it looks impressive, but you can tell they, I don't know what the graphic people were doing, because they have like the boob in the chest as one thing. If you look at it from the side, it doesn't look right. It looks like just a peck. It looks weird because the boobs like set on the chest, as you know the skin and stuff keep it attached, but the muscle is under it when you look at anatomy. But it looks like they just made like the chest look like a bunch of lumpy muscle. It's weird. Oh, this is when she does the stupid dance. Never really a fan of Emma's gimmick. Candice LeRae victory is pretty good. Another thing I'm worried about 2K22 is the fact that, so I think we're probably going to get at least one more game for the PS4 and Xbox One. We're going to at least get one more game. We're going to get at least a WWE 2K23. We're going to get one more game to where they're going to say screw it and they're going to just develop for the PS5. That's going to be they're going to really try to, they're going to be what they did with the previous last time, where they're going to start not having certain features in the last gen game that'll be in the next gen version, and try to force you to get a next gen system so you can play those games. Me, I don't plan on buying a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. I probably might just get an Xbox Series X since it's backwards compatible with majority of the Xbox library. I'll probably end up getting that over a PS5. But yeah, I don't plan on getting those systems probably till a year. Probably a year or two from now. I don't see myself getting a PS5 or an Xbox Series X anytime soon. I've been having this PS4 since 2017. So yeah, I had it for a good 5 years. I might have to get another one. I definitely have to dust this one. Depending on the games will crash. My Wi-Fi started to die, which isn't good. But I like this. I like this victory for her. Camilla does a little moonwalk back when she was having her what do they call her, the something of Staten Island gimmick, along with Enzo Amore. Not a bad one. Cedric Alexander. That one's interesting. I'm surprised he's still with the company. That's what surprised me. I don't know. I think for you to keep a dollar to WWE, you keep your mouth shut, you do your job, and you will stay with the company for a long time. You know, you don't complain. Who's this? Cesaro? Yeah, Cesaro. She's over here trying to find her a good victory animation. Pretty soon I'm probably going to get myself a cup of coffee. Chad Gable. I think he debuted in what, 2K18? Maybe 17? Who knows? Got Charlotte Flair. It's like Liv Morgan's would be good for her, but I already got Liv Morgan's victory animation on somebody else. This one was from dude, what was that dude's name? He was a black wrestler. He had a weird kind of gimmick. Come out dancing, kind of happy-go-lucky. He was a high flyer too. And then what happened to him? I think he got some kind of sexual assault allegations, and WWE let him go. He got signed by Impact Wrestling, and he was in WWE 2K18. That was the only game he was in. He got released not too soon after. Oh, I forgot that dude's name. And Epico and Primo, the Colognes. This cruiserweight veteran. Yeah. There's Dakota Kai. She was DLC in this game. Got Dana Brooke. I don't know why she flexing. She don't have that much muscle definition to flex. Because of this petite body type. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like the chest doesn't match up with the body type. But that's the only time you're going to get like huge boobs. I think this might be a glitch. I have seen some crazy glitches in this game. But the dude kept it and made it work. Alright, we got Daniel Bryan. Not bad. Not bad. Which one is this one? This is his no gimmick when he was a heel. Other people still going yes, 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 and he's saying no. Oh, yeah. Dash Wilder. Who is Dash Wilder? I don't know. There are some wrestlers in this game I'd never used. Got Dean Ambrose. Got Styles Page. I don't really care. What's this? Dire Intentions. I'm just trying to find something original. There's a lot to choose from, but I'm trying to find something that fits the character. This is Drew Gulak. Another wrestler I never used in this game. I think I used quite a few moves from his moveset though. He has some pretty cool like taunt strong strikes that are pretty cool. Dukes up. Let's Dukes up. What the hell? Yeah, a little too masculine for her. We got Dusty Rhodes here. That's why he does a little dance. Yeah. Yeah. It's ECW legend. I don't know. Eddie Guerrero. Edge, Elias. Ember Moon. Ember Moon's cool, but I got it already on a female call. I got it on Tammy Tanaka. So I'm not going to use that one again. What's Fandango look like? Fandango. I think him and Tyler Breeze got let go from the company. Fandango got injured. Then haven't been back since. And the Tyler Breeze, they didn't know what to do with him. Yeah, Fandango had that whatever that kind of I don't know, some kind of, his intro music was like a global phenomenon for like a good 8 or 9 months. Got him over. I don't know, did he win a title? I think he got it like a tag team title on his resume. But other than that, he really didn't do much other than having that weird kind of ballroom dancer gimmick along with Charlotte Way. They did give him, when he debuted, a pretty good winning streak that lasted for about 2 months, and then I think he got destroyed by like Ryback and he wasn't the same since. Yeah, very weird victory. I don't know. There's like this Finn Balor. Yeah, it's Finn Balor. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the look and feel of this game because it's gonna take another 3 or 4 games for what they did with 2K22 to get it right and finalized. It's gonna take another 2 or 3 games because it's pretty much a reboot. This was the best game of the simulation era. Hands down the best game of the simulation era. In terms of gameplay, options, the community creation suite was awesome. Like I said, probably the longest any kind of WWE server has been up for downloading and uploading shit. I don't know if you can still, I think you can still play games online. I think you can still play with like friends or whatever. Still haven't beat this game story mode. I really don't need to, since I got that one DLC, the accelerator, where it just unlocked everything. Okay, is that a lady one? No. Oh. Okay, that's a female one. Which one's this one? This one look familiar. Pretty basic. I know they got, I think this is a heel one. Yeah, this is a heel one. This is one that was common in like, when you play WWE 2K17, you got this one. They only give you like 2 or 3, and the victories were random which one you got depending on if you pick face or heel. That was one option that the PS3 version of 2K17 didn't give you. They could have put it in the game, but they didn't want to. There was a lot of shit that they could have put in the PS3 version of the game that they didn't. They took a lot of shit out to force you to buy the next gen game, which pissed me off. And we're going to see it again. But we're going to get one more game. At least one more game. At least one more game. We're going to get a 2K23 on PS4 and Xbox One. I think 2K22 is going to do, I think it's going to do well in terms of sales. I feel bad for all those fuckers who bought the deluxe edition or bought the NWO edition, because I know after all this stuff they're finding out how nerfed the GM mode is. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. Every time it's like I love that they're being transparent with this, so it's not a surprise where we buy the game, get it home, and we find out all this shit later. So now people can really make a decision on buying the game or not. I'm happy that 2K is being very transparent. I think they're proud of the game, but I don't know. I think they're also kind of handcuffed by 2K as a company. 2K as a company's like, nah, we don't want to give them everything. We got to leave stuff for the later games. Remember, we're making these games every year. We're under contract, so we can't put everything in the game. But I'd rather them do that because it's like, don't do something that's been done before and half-ass it. It's like, it makes your game look bad when an older game does something better, that you're trying to put into a newer game. Is this the one with the hose? The Godfather victory. He do a dance. And then I think he called the ladies out. Or he called the ladies out? I don't know if this is that one. It's probably the other one. WWE, where they have gimmicks where you can be a Funkasaurus, and then they had the Godfather who was basically a pimp, and then had his even called them hoes. Remember, this was the Attitude Era. This was the mid to late 90s. It's all about entertainment. Oh, this is Gold Dust. Oh, he's just over there bending over trying to fart or something. Grand Metalik. I don't know, one night I was experimenting and just watching the computer use the luchadors to see how they wrestle. Why does he look like he got a headache? Who's this? Greg Valentine. Harper, Hardcore Extreme, Hideo Itami. Man, he was such a hype signing, and he didn't do shit. I didn't watch NXT. I still don't watch NXT. Don't follow it at all. But he was such a big signing. I think he got signed back in 2015. And Triple H was like, that's when Triple H was really making NXT his own. He got to deal with Tommy, had all these other people signed up, and bringing a lot of talent that they end up firing a good 4 or 5 years later. They're still letting people go. I find it funny they let go of Jeff Hardy and they wanted to bring him back. They're like, yeah, come on back. We'll have a Hall of Fame ceremony for you and stuff like that. And Jeff Hardy turned him down. He was like, oh, no, thanks. It's like, unless you have me and my brother in there, then I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And plus they let him go because I guess he had a bad showing at a house show. And they let him go. And then he was like, you know what? To clear my name, I'm going to take a drug test. And the drug test came back negative. So he didn't have no drugs or alcohol in his system. And, but the WWE prematurely let him go. And now they wanted him back. And it's like, nah, man, you did me dirty. You let me go. It's like, before I left, you were jobbing me out. I wasn't getting no pushes. I was enhancing talent. And you're like, yeah, screw that. He's like, nope, not coming back. He's like, don't want to do it. And I can't blame him. Because they did him dirty. Let's see, should I give her Gangsta John Cena? 2003 Thugonomics John Cena. What was funny is I watched this GQ interview when he was discussing his characters, and it's like, yeah, he said he was about to be fired. And that's what made him do the whole Thugonomics gimmick. And they noticed that he was rhyming. You know, he had a little bit of freestyle. They told him, was like, yeah, work with that. And so he built a whole character. He got into hip hop culture, and he was talking about how he did his own theme song that's been playing for like over 20 years of him rapping. He said, yeah, it was a hit song too. He said his album did pretty well. His hip hop album. This is 2013. Prime John Cena. Johnny Gargano. Man, these victories are, some of them are pretty good, but the ones that are pretty good have already been used. I'm stuck with these random ones. I think he's gonna do the whole lucha. Yep, whole lucha. It's not bad. It's not. It kind of works. Okay, okay. The whole walking back, that was some weird shit. Who's this? Carl Anderson. Cassius Ono. He didn't last long. Pretty much an indie darling, indie wrestler. Like I said, WWE was signing up any kind of big name indie talent they could find between like 2014 to like 2018. They were just buying up everybody. This is King Booker. King Booker. King of the Cruiserweights. This is Neville. Neville came and went. I feel bad for any hype cruiserweight that comes into the WWE. Evan Bourne. It was funny. John Cena gave him a little push, tried to get him over. But Evan Bourne kept on getting injured. Even what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. He used to be a part of the Hart Foundation with Natalia and this other dude. I think they won like a tag team title in around 2008, 2009. He was injury prone, so he didn't get a big push. I think Neville got injured, but then WWE didn't want to re-sign him, so they let him go. Actually, I think he was the first 205 Live champion, and I think he was having heat backstage with some people. Actually, I think it was what's his face? Yeah, Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore is the reason why I think Neville wanted to leave. Who else? What was that one dude? He was a part of those the Vada villains or whatever, that tag team. The main guy of that tag team, he wanted to leave, had heat with Enzo Amore. And then WWE let Enzo Amore go after he had sexual allegations, but I think he was on thin ice anyway with the locker room. People just wanted him gone. I think what it was is nobody respected him, and they tried to bully him, but he didn't play ball. That's what it was. Hey, there's a lot of sweat on her. A lot of sweat. Yeah, he didn't play ball. You know, Miz, he took his lickings, he took his hazing, and he humbled himself. And Miz has had a pretty good career. He's been around since at least 2007. At least 2007. And, you know, he makes it to 2027. He'll have like a 20-year career in the WWE. But yeah, Miz was on the hot seat. Enzo Amore, he couldn't shut up. That's what it was. You see him now, he is yacked. He's been working out. He's been hitting the gym. I think it occurred to him, he's like a small dude, so people would push him around. And he said, okay, fuck it. You know, all these big dudes is like, okay, you want to have at me now? It's like, look at me. I think he's taking wrestling as a craft a lot more seriously now, in terms of ring and appearance. You know, he's still gonna cut promos, still have to gift the gab, but, you know, he's, you know, trying to get that look. I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in the WWE. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. But I think that would be over Roman Reigns' dead body. Roman Reigns would have to leave the company before they bring Enzo back. Even though I think Enzo could probably do really well on NXT. Let's see, we got Connor. What's Connor? Oh, it's part of that the Ascension. Kyle O'Reilly, Lacey Evans. I got this ending for Faith Kobayashi. Lana, I think I gave this to somebody else. You know what? I think I might go with Alicia Fox. Let's see, what does Lita look like? Yeah, I think I got that one on, what's her face? Desperado. Liv Morgan. Do I got this one on somebody? I don't know. I think I might got that one already on somebody. Living Legend, Lowdown, Lucha Superstar. Did I give her Mandy Rose? I don't think I got anybody that got Mandy Roses. Yeah, I'll give her Mandy Rose. It's very, girly. Alrighty. Dang, I think I spent like half an hour going through those victory animations. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say. Alright, let's run another exhibition match. Show off my new arena, Lucha Underground. Well, not Lucha Underground, sorry. Sexy Libre Underground. Alright. I'm gonna have Babyface wrestle. Alright. I'm gonna put her in her her little Joshi Japanese attire. We should have her wrestle against. I could have her get wrecked by somebody in the computer. Let's see. I downloaded some calls some people made. You know what? Here's another character I'm working on. Do I have her other outfit? Oh yeah. Have her go against Booby. There we go. Actually, Booby, I made it. She's a pretty good looking call. Pretty good call. Two of the short stacks in Sex Libre, short wrestlers. Booby, it's her nickname. She's actually a Mexican wrestler. But she got the same body type as Babyface. Got the big boobs, petite body. But I didn't make no changes to the body. I just kept it the same. So we got less than a month, roughly almost 3 weeks until WWE 2K22. Hopefully the store will have it on the day it comes out, because they did not have King of Fighters 15 at the place I pre-ordered it, which pissed me off. They didn't have the standard copy. They only had a pre-order for the deluxe copy. Didn't have it on day of. And they didn't have it today, to the point I had to pick it up at a different GameStop. So the day was annoying. I was walked over to GameStop. I think I had today, total walking time was about 3 hours. Good exercise. I walk about an hour and a half a day anyway. Got me out the house. Met up with some old co-workers at the Walmart.
As we ready for singles action, Byron, what can you tell us about these two competitors?
Well, I can say that both of these superstars come into this match incredibly hungry to prove their dominance here tonight. But as we all know, only one will walk away with their arm raised in victory.
Oh yeah, I think I gave her Tama Tanaka's, well, I kind of changed it. Alright, so now we got Booby I don't know. Since it's set on legendary difficulty, this match can go either way. Babyface is a higher rated wrestler, but it don't matter. Yeah, so that was the body type. Normally looks like. Yeah, it's very petite. Combine 2 with 7, you'll get a body type like this, except they had the maximum bust size on this body type. So, because the body type is petite, the boobs look hecka huge.
I've been looking forward to seeing these two clash.
So now I'm gonna have her replace probably Tammy Tanaka and Booty Inc. and have Tammy Tanaka go back to her old schoolgirl gimmick. But I don't know if we're gonna bring them to the main Sexy Libre roster. I'll probably just have them on Sexy Libre Underground, which is just Sexy Libre in Mexico. Now let's see how she do in this match. Forgot to take off her glasses.
And there's the bell. And here we go. This is the
Oh, nice. So this is the game mode legendary difficulty. The computer is very aggressive and reversals a lot. So it makes for good watching. As far as simulated matches, it's annoying and a pain in the ass to play against the computer though. You will definitely get your reversal timing right. That was a nice reversal.
Looking for all the glory here. She's looking to get out of here with a win early. She got her shoulder up, and we continue.
Oh, man, what a leg drop.
Babyface is just going ham. Oh, nice bulldog.
What a stomp. Good grief. You gotta believe this one's over. Keep your eye on this one.
Whoa, that was nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna simulate all my matches on legendary difficulty from now on because the matches are just nuts. The only problem is they go for a long time, and it just means my wrestlers are getting more prone to getting injured because they literally beat the hell out of each other. I think matches last on average a good 7 to 10 minutes, which is pretty good. I don't know if I could set it on to like quick or long as far as like I guess their stamina or whatever. This makes matches longer or short.
I don't think this is going to do it.
She fights out.
But that doesn't mean the damage wasn't already done, Michael.
And she turns it around on him.
Dang, she is just throwing her face into the ring post. Yep, move it out the way.
Looks like she wants to beat her inside the ring.
I think the next thing they could do with AI, if wrestlers have table finishers, it's like when they get a chance at a certain time in the match, they should automatically try to set up a OMG on the table. I know that was the problem with fucking. Oh, there we go. Ugh. That was an issue with WWE 13. Because computers will always try to purposely go for OMG moments. But they fixed it in 2K14 to where they didn't do it that often.
She's starting to falter here. At this point, it's fair to wonder how much more she has to give here tonight.
These women are so evenly matched right now.
Oh.
I can very easily see this match going either way. Look at her go.
She's out of it, guys. Yeah, she's leaving herself wide open here.
Riding her out now.
Will she win it here? Kick out at 2. Oh, that may have been a slow count.
Wow, I thought this was over.
Crowd is going nuts.
She might have it. Vicious knee.
This one's over, guys.
He walks up and just knees him into the head.
Can she end it here?
Wow, that match is barely what, 6 minutes.
Real performance.
And here's another peek at some of the more memorable parts of the match.
That's a woman on a mission. Oh, I can't believe this. Look at her go.
All that head damage. Oh.
And finally,
here is your winner, Yuri Babyface Yamamoto.
Going to add that match to the highlight reel.
I could watch them go at it each and every week. What a match.
What a match that was, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
That was entertaining. But as far as Sexy Diva moving forward, probably gonna make some final tweaks to it, and then I'm just gonna probably run a year of shows, not making too many major changes to it, to the roster or anything, just to see how it goes. Storylines have been going pretty well with what I got so far. So yeah, that being said, I'm probably going to call it a night as far as streaming. For those of you guys who stopped by, thanks for stopping by. For those of you guys who watch later, thanks for watching. You guys stay safe and God bless.